peeps. Today is Wednesday, May 6th. This is our third day of our 6th week of online learning. And I'm going to walk you through our agenda first. We have our what, why, and how. You all have some iReady minutes to work on for the week. And then we're going to talk about planning for your PSA or public service announcement. I just want you to keep in mind that today and tomorrow you are not submitting your final product. There's nothing to stress out about. You don't have to run around and go all over town during this crisis looking for a poster board and all that kind of stuff. I promise you it's going to be okay. So, what are we doing? We are working on a public service announcement. So I'm going to take you through some steps to create a really strong PSA and to be able to do the planning so that you are able to come up with a claim, right, and support it with details and research, okay? We're going to go over a rubric for the assignment together just so that you have an idea of what needs to be in there. And I do want you to keep in mind that today is just the first planning day, so there's nothing to stress out about, okay? So I would like you to start. Hi, madam. I'd like you to start with your iReady minutes. You all should be continuing with My Pathway, or if you still have teacher-assigned lessons, you have that as well. So, topics, choosing a topic. I would like you to browse some of the topics that we have. Some of you probably are already like, I know exactly what I want to do. But some of you probably are having a little bit more difficult time thinking about what might I want to do for a public service announcement. And the best advice I can give you is to choose something that interests you, right? Don't choose something so obscure though, that you're not going to be able to find materials. So if you're making a public service announcement, about saving the red-winged toucan of Nigeria, and you're trying to inspire people to want to get involved, you're probably not going to be able to find a lot of information on that, especially because I just made it up right now. I don't actually know if that's a type of animal. You want to choose something that you're going to be able to find information on. You also are probably going to try and want to be flexible at first when you're thinking about your topic, okay? So I'm going to show you one of the materials that we have for you in Google Classroom. Actually, there are two, are PSA topic ideas, and these are super broad, right? So, like, for example, peer pressure is super broad. Big brother, big sister, super broad. Bullying, super broad, right? All of these things on here are really broad, right? Helmet safety, underage drinking, volunteering, all pretty broad. So what you'd want to do is, let's say you look through here and one thing that really interests you is, let's look at hunger. So I actually recently saw a PSA, I can't believe I'm just remembering this now, by my house about how much food is wasted in the United States each year. And it was then turned into a PSA about how much food Madison, Wisconsin, which is where I live, right, wastes a day, and how many kids in Madison, Wisconsin are going hungry each night. So it said something along the lines of 69% of Madisonians throw out food each day. And then it said something along the lines of 1 in 5 children goes to bed hungry every night or something like that, right? So the PSA, right, was that kids are hungry, stop throwing your food away, right? They were trying to sort of hit on that emotion. Let's say the one that I am going to do, let's see. I wish I could ask you guys which one you'd want to do together, but none of you can hear me right now. Well, I mean, you can hear me, but I wouldn't be able to hear you because I'm recording this in advance. Let's do homework. The topic I'm going to choose is homework. So I'm going to click on this PSA planning document, okay? And the topic I want to choose, because I'm a teacher, is homework, okay? So what you all are going to have in Google Classroom, as you can see, is this list of topics to choose from yesterday, right, that you got to brainstorm. And then today you have this PSA planning sheet that's going to pop up for you, which we're going to go through together right now. So you've chosen a topic, right? I am this imaginary world have chosen the topic of homework. And when this loads, I've chosen homework. Homework is really important to me. It's important to me that you guys do your homework. It's important to me that you learn the skills that you need to learn. So in my PSA planner, I'm just going to move my little head. In my PSA planner, my role, right, the person I'm imagining I am, is a marketing company president. Okay, so I'm thinking in this mindset of, okay, I'm marketing, I'm trying to get people engaged with my PSA. So I'm going to create a public service announcement poster, right, aimed at teenagers. Okay, so your finished product, right, your PSA must make a claim. So let's say my claim about homework is that homework helps students do better in school. Cool. So my claim is that homework helps students do better. Then it says use graphic aids / images, okay, to strengthen claims and to add interest. So some of the things I might want to do are like maybe a student holding up a paper where they have an A, or maybe a student who's got like a light bulb above their head, like they're getting it while they're doing their homework, right? And then your information is going to be organized and it's going to be presented very professionally, okay? One of the other things that you need to have, right, is you need to present reasoning and evidence to support your claim in the form of ethos, pathos, and logos, which we have been talking about and we're going to talk about further. Okay, so let me go back to our planning sheet. So here's my planning sheet, right? I chose homework. Okay, all of this was on the slide back there. I chose to do homework. My target audience is teenagers. And it says, what's your purpose? My purpose is to encourage teenagers to do their work. How about during online learning, right? My purpose is to encourage you guys to do the work that we give you during online learning, okay? So maybe it's homework during DDL, right? Digital distance learning, how important it is to engage in digital distance learning. So general information about the topic that I've chosen is I'm going to start with, all American teenagers are experiencing digital distance learning in 2020 due to COVID-19. Okay, that's general, right? Everybody's experiencing it. It's happening to everyone. And then let's say I say something along the lines of like during DDL, it is important for students to complete work because that is the equivalent of classwork or / attending school. Okay, so that's true, right? You guys engaging in online learning is the same as coming to school, right? So if you're someone who isn't doing any work online at all, it's as if you haven't really been coming to school. So that's really important, right? And part of the reason why it's important, why is there so much space down here? Part of the reason why it's important is so that students don't lose all this time of education, right, when they go back to school next year. So when you guys go back to school in the fall, if you haven't engaged in online learning for months, if you haven't engaged in any learning, right, you're going to have a bigger gap from your peers, right, because you're going to have that time that's been missing. So why is it important? Important for students to know there are risks associated with missing large chunks of school. Okay, right? And maybe part of what I would incorporate or look into, right, is I might start thinking, okay, I need to find some information about students who miss school, right? So students who miss too much school. Cool. Chronic absenteeism is what it's called. And it says experts and a growing number of states define chronic absenteeism as missing 10% of school. So let's say 10 facts about school attendance. Let's look at that. Let's start there. And this is from attendanceworks.org. .org. I am trusting that it makes sense to me. Did you guys know over 8 million U.S. students miss nearly a month of school each year? That's crazy. It says here, research shows that missing 10% of the school, or about 18 days in most school districts, negatively affects a student's academic performance. So I'm going to highlight this. Research shows, and I'm going to go back to my document and I'm going to look and see where I have some space. So logos, right? What are at least three facts or statistics to support your claim? Here's one, right? Research shows that missing 10% of the school, I think this should say of the school year, or about 18 days in most school districts, negatively affects a student's academic behavior. Academic performance. Man, I cannot read today. So let's look at another one. When students improve their attendance rate, they improve their academic prospects and chances for graduating. I'm going to highlight that. So that means, right, students who participate in online learning are more likely to graduate from high school. Makes sense to me, right? You're more likely to graduate if you actually attend classes. Let's see. I wonder if there's any other, 10 facts. Why it matters. Maybe we could find some interesting information here, right? Let's see. Offer suggestions about getting involved. Resources, positive engagement, accountable data. Let's see if this helps us out. Data sounds important to me. Click. Am I doing something? Is it because my face is over here? Data tools. It was. My face was blocking the data. Let's see. Data tools. Calculating chronic absence. Classroom attendance calculator. Holy moly, this sounds like way more than I'm looking for. I don't really want to calculate that right now. We could though, right? I could figure out, how much class time some people in our classes may have missed by not participating in online learning. Or I could make up a student, right? What's this one? Understood.org, chronic absenteeism. Let's see. Missing 2 days a month may not seem like much, but it can add up to a child being considered chronically absent. A video about a dude. Frequent absences not only mean less instruction, but also missed opportunities for intervention, reteaching, and enrichment. Social anxiety is one of the biggest reasons kids don't come to school. That's very sad. The impact of missing school. This is what we want. Look at this. But of the kids who miss less than 5%, 2/3 were proficient. So this is talking about a study in California looked at kids who were chronically absent. By the end of 3rd grade, only 1/6 of them were proficient readers. I am going to highlight this and include this in my facts and statistics. Now it says here, what's my slogan going to be? Get to school and you'll be cool. No. Engage in DDL. No. Online learning's all we got. Okay. Online learnings. All we got. I don't know why those are all capital. I don't know why I'm doing that. Online learning is all we got. So what? Log in and give it a shot. Log in and give it a shot. Online learning is all we got. So log in and give it a shot. I love it. I'm going to put an exclamation point here. I just came up with that right now. Isn't that great? I am so funny. What kind of graphics do I think I'm going to use? I don't know. Probably like some charts and stuff. I'll come back to that. Charts, maybe some Google Classroom pictures, maybe some like graduation rate charts or graphs, right? I'm going to think about that. What colors will you use to create certain feelings or an emphasis? Well, since we're at BD, right, BDUSD, UBDUSD, I would use the BDUSD colors to signify school, right? So this is what I'm looking at, right? This is my planning. I didn't do all the pieces of planning. I just did the ones that I thought would be helpful. Now we're going to look at the rubric, okay? So you don't have to be done with this today. You do have today and tomorrow to complete this template and then turn it in by the end of class time tomorrow. And on Friday, we're going to start working on your final PSA. So I'm going to be talking about that on Friday in Friday's lesson, and I'm going to come back to this rubric and have you look at this again. But what I do want you to think about, right, is that you should have evidence and reasoning that's well researched, and that it actually is persuasive, right? So the evidence that I found for you so far in my education one or my homework one that I kind of turned into participating in online learning, right? I tailored it to myself. I think that I had some good research in there. I think the statistics I gave you guys were pretty persuasive. I'm obviously persuading you or trying to persuade you to give online learning a shot. And then when we actually do our final piece, one of the big things is your graphic really organized? Does it convey the meaning that you want it to? Okay, so the better you do on this, the harder you work at making sure you have almost more than enough information, the easier the putting it all together is going to be for you on Friday and Monday when it's due. Okay, so good luck, peeps. I'll talk to you tomorrow.